guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to this little unboxing video, if you will, of a new Blu-ray release, or sorry, 4K release, which is out tomorrow, Monday, the 25th or 26th, whatever it is, of May. I can't remember now, but there's a new film out this week, released by Second Sight, called Devil's Candy, which I was lucky to arrive 2 or 3 days before release day, so I'm very fortunate to get hold of this in advance. I have seen this long time ago, but I have not seen it for many years. I used to own it on DVD years ago, and then it's gone to the back of my mind and stuff like that, but now it's just had a release from Second Sight, so I've got their collector's edition. So we're going to go through and have a little look at this, which has come out. Also in the package, I received another new film, which is out on Monday this week, which is an Australian film called Diabolic, which I'm looking forward to seeing. I will bring it to my channel. And I've got another film on the way from Arrow Video called Nightbreed, which is a Clive Barker classic film, which we will go through and unbox that when it arrives, which will probably be Tuesday now due to bank holiday. But I was lucky enough to receive this one on Saturday, and it's out on Monday. So we won't waste any time. Let's have a deep down look at this release of The Devil's Candy. So here we are, guys. Here is the, let me just grab my glasses, sorry about that. Here is the physical release of Devil's Candy on Second Sight. I believe this is a 4K edition. I could be wrong. I've just removed the sticker from the front, because when you order from HMV, they always put their sort of like stickers on it. I suppose it's down to their dispatch system. But yes, it's just arrived on Second Sight, one of their collector's editions, limited editions. So we'll go through a little bit here. It says, a struggling painter and his wife purchase their dream home. However, and soon becomes clear that the house hides a dark past. An evil entity has set its sight on their young daughter, and the family must summon all their strength to battle the demonic forces that are closing in. Yeah, if I remember right, it's a little bit, if you think of mixture of Amityville and Sinister, Sinister, those sort of two films, it's a little bit like that, because the house has been where a man's lived before and he's killed his family, a bit like Amityville 2, the possession sort of thing, you know, the house is sort of like haunted by a killing that's happened in the house. So, you know, and that also happened in Sinister, doesn't it? So if you combine those sort of two things together, it's a little bit like that, if you will. So let's have a little look at the edition itself. There we go. So I do believe this is the 4K edition. Second Sight never tend to put any kind of 4K stickers or anything on their editions. So it comes with one of those J cards. So on the back it's got like a sort of very bleak kind of picture, which is quite nice. But it does come with a J card. I know they've taped it on the front, but I just wish they put a little bit of tape, or inside the package they could give you a spare little sticker, so you can actually pin that down. I would rather that, because over the times of getting it in and out, these tend to bend and break sometimes. A lot of people take them off. When mine get to that sort of stage, I take them off and then I fold it and I put it inside. I don't get rid of the J cards, I keep them, because to me they're a part of the release. But a lot of people take them off because the box doesn't have the certification on it, you see, so a lot of people like it like that. Anyway, it does come in a high quality case, as you can hear and see. Very nice, very cool. And it's a typical kind of Second Sight release, where we have a lovely commissioned artwork. We have the disc on 4K, and we have the disc on Blu-ray. No picture behind the back, which, to be honest, Second Sight rarely put pictures on the back of their casings, they just generally artfully put it like a tasteful kind of colour to match the whole sort of packaging, which this has got a very sort of red and black sort of feel to it. So it's very cool. Nice little artwork there. It's a bit of a heavy, if I remember right, it's got a really heavy sort of heavy metal soundtrack to it. If I remember right, because the dad and the daughter are into heavy metal. Like I said, it's been a few years since I've seen it. It comes with a set of art cards, so we'll go through them. All again, really nice sort of commissioned artwork. There's the front cover. Nothing on the reverse. Oh, we do have some photos. That's the dad. So sorry, guys. I've got a bit of a chest infection at the moment. There's the dad and the mother, and there's our person used to live in there before they lived in there. So I think he's the killer of the previous family. So I won't go too much into the synopsis, because we will review this on my channel. Again, with these art cards. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I can never get these things back on. Well, there is a technique behind it. Just so I try to show you every time. Just put all the art cards together and then bend it very gently. And then you can normally slip these straight back on. And it will go straight back on if you just bend it nicely. There you go. That's the technique to returning that little slip. So there you go. So we've got some art cards. Then of course we have the booklet. It's quite a thick booklet. It's soft back, but it's very nice booklet. So we've got the cast here. It stars Ethan Embry and Sherry Appleby are in the film. And we've got the crew. Talks about the father and daughter relationship in Devil's Candy, which is an essay from Becca Johnson with pictures from the film. Hopefully this booklet won't give too much away. Got some great pictures, really lovely set out. I'm going through it quickly just in case there's any sort of spoilers, but I wanted to show you it all. Just in case you're thinking of picking the film up yourself. It does, I believe, have a standard release on 4K and Blu-ray. This is the collector's edition, which is going to be about between £40 to £45. Your normal Blu-ray will be, your normal 4K will be 25, I would think, £24.99, and I believe your Blu-ray, no, sorry, your 4K will be £24.99. Your Blu-ray, I think, is either £17.99 or £18.99. Obviously, if you buy this edition, you get the 4K edition, and you also get the Blu-ray edition, which will have the special features, which we will go through when we look at the discs on the review. So we've got loads of amazing artworks coming out here. This stuff is incredible. Then we have pictures from the making of. We have another essay from Anton Blyth called Find What You Love and Let It Kill You. Satanic Muses and packs of Devil's Candy. Getting some nice pictures from behind the scenes and the making of. The Art of Devil's Candy. Like I said, I have seen this years and years ago, and I remember really enjoying it. So when the Second Sight announced the release of it, I thought, oh my God, I remember that film. It'd be nice to pick that up. And as I had a bit of money on my eBay, I thought, you know what, I'm going to use that to pick up the collector's edition, because I rarely pick collector's editions up. Normally I never get them. They're films that I really like or really want. But yeah, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to pick that up on this because I have the spare money for it. So that's what comes in the package, and that is a closer look at the Devil's Candy. So it's a really, really nice release there from Second Sight once again. Very standardised because all their collector editions are the same, pretty much. They all have a booklet, they all have art cards, and generally if you get the 4K edition, you'll get 2 discs. You'll get the 4K disc and a Blu-ray. Sometimes, not all the time, they release it double collector's edition. They release a 4K one and a Blu-ray one. When that happens, when you get the Blu-ray, you'll just get the Blu-ray disc. But most of the time, it's normally their 4Ks is what gets the collector's edition. And like I said, I rarely buy them just because they're quite expensive. But they are a great purchase. Like I said, when you buy these sort of things, if you're building a movie library and you love collecting movies, then it's an experience more than just a movie, isn't it? You know, because like you've got that huge book which you can read through to get more information about the film, especially if you love the film. And then you normally got some art cards, which I find quite useful, especially if you go to things like horror conventions and things like that, and one of the stars of the movie are going to be there. You can take out a certain art card with them on and get them to sign it and pop it back in your set. So then your set then becomes even more valuable to you because it's signed, you know, by one of the actors. I have a few signed items in my collection. We're going to HorrorCon soon, and I'm debating about getting another set of mine signed there. But I'm torn between 2 guests at the moment. Yes, I could possibly get them both done, but then I'm just thinking, do I want to spend all day doing that when I could be looking around and having a great day? But I'll think about it. But anyway, they are great sets, but they are very standardized. Unless they get a real special release like The Hitcher or Possession, which had like a massive box set, didn't it? It was like this big with like multiple books and art cards, you know. But most of the time their collection edition normally a book, art cards and the movies, which is still really cool because it's all very, very tastefully put together. And like I said, they do have their own sort of artwork, and it's really, really nice and really cool. So that is a closer look at the Devil's Candy released here on Second Sight. Like I said, I am awaiting another limited edition set of Nightbreed released on Arrow Video. As soon as that arrives, I will do you a little unboxing of that to see if you fancy picking that up. If you've never seen the film before, I would go with the standard just because it's a lot of money to fork out on a film you may not have seen before. I know a lot of people will still buy this anyway because they like to make videos. You get people buying them just to do videos. I don't do that. I only buy them if it's a film I want, or if I have the available funds, I will do it. So I don't do many collector's editions. I tend to go with standards. But if you love the film, definitely pick up the collector's edition. It's a great edition, and I think it'll be great in your collection. Massive shout out to my lads. See you soon, guys.